morning. This is Kathy. This is the Weeby Knitting Podcast, episode 16. This is a podcast about yarny goodness, crocheting, knitting, sewing, craftiness, painting. My name is Kathy, and today is Friday, July 14th, 2017. It's been 4 months since I podcast last. While we were in spring break in Central Oregon, I managed to overdo it with crocheting, and actually, I didn't break anything, but I severely overused my left hand, which I know seems really odd when I'm crocheting, but I think I was just crocheting too tight, and I'll explain what I was doing when I did it. But it hurt, and that was right after the last time I podcasted, and I didn't crochet for a couple of months. I'd pick it up, and my right in here would start hurting, and it wasn't enough to, I knew I didn't break anything, but I just thought, and I'm finally feeling like I'm back in the saddle again, so I'm going to title it this one, Back in the Saddle Again. So anyway, hope everybody's doing well. Let's see, you can find me on Instagram, it's KMCINA. I'm not giving up on Ravelry, but I'm not even going to mention Ravelry because Instagram is where I'm most active. I started this little adventure over a year ago and kind of ebbed and flowed with when I did episodes. Still never have really found my groove, but I still enjoy watching podcasts. And I've actually got a lot of stuff to show you guys considering it's been 4 months. So with that, I'll get right into the crocheting. Some things that I'll plug in either at the end or the beginning. Some items that I finished since the last time I podcast. I had done a rainbow colored variegated corner to corner crochet afghan. Got that one done. I'm keeping it for myself. I'm being extremely selfish. So I got that done. Reason I actually hurt I think I injured my hand is I discovered this really cool thing a few months back. Well, obviously February, March, with some crocheters that were making crocheted octopus for NICU. And I wasn't paying attention, and the first couple I made really too big. So here's an example. I actually made 2 other ones, and I'll stick those pictures in. And they actually had eyes and everything. But I realized that these were, when you're talking about an infant who's born prematurely in a NICU that could weigh anywhere from 5 pounds all the way down to a pound, you're talking tiny, and these are bigger than those little kids. So I finally got the right size. Well, I had the right size crochet hook, but I got the right size of yarn. So I made a couple, and they're much, as you can see, they're much tinier, much tinier. I used a size 3.5 crochet hook, and the yarn I used on both of these is actually, isn't it cute? Is actually Hobby Lobby's. Oh goodness, my favorite. I can't remember the name of it. It's their cotton yarn. It's their brand, and it's definitely a lot smaller yarn. It's really soft though, and so I made a couple of these, and then this is about the time that my hand really started hurting me, so I stopped. The one thing I did discover on these is because they go to a NICU, you actually have to make sure they go through a few things. One of them is called the popsicle test or lollipop test. And you have to crochet tight, which my gauge, I'm spot on with crocheting. I don't even gauge it, but I crochet extremely tight because when you make amigurumi, you have to stuff them with polyfill, and you don't want the polyfill coming out. So lollipop test is where you'd actually stick the end of a lollipop through the yarn, and if it doesn't go through, it's tight enough. And if you like this, you could obviously stick a lollipop through, but it's also too big. Well, the other thing you have to do is you have to go through the nonprofit, which is a great nonprofit, but you have to actually mail these off. They test them. They make sure that they're clean, so no smoking, and unfortunately no cat hair, which we now have 2 cats. So I have not actually shipped any of these off. I've donated a couple to just friends that wanted them. I'm not sure. So anyway, it's actually pretty cool. They're little octopi. They're very cute. It's a very simple pattern. But I probably won't be making more of these just because it hurt my wrist so bad. So that was the reason my whole hand thing. My hand got injured. Another really cool thing I found online for free was a pattern for making F-bombs. Yes, yes, it is what you think it is. And they're hilarious. So these are the smaller ones. I've made a couple larger ones that are just a little bit bigger, black with red letters. Super easy. It's a free pattern. You can just Google it. I don't remember the name of the lady, and I don't have the pattern in front of me. It's on her blog. It's a free pattern. So I just copied, pasted it into Word, and printed it out. Anyway, this is really fun. I want to make a bunch more of these to sell at craft fairs because I posted these on Instagram and Facebook, and all my friends are like, I need one of these because I see it all the time, and if you don't know what this means, then I'm sorry, it's like rated R, but anyway, so I made a bunch of F-bombs. These are a couple I haven't, these are claimed, but I haven't given them to my friends that wanted them yet. Some other stuff I've done is I've been making a bunch more penguins. Penguins are actually really easy and fun to make, even though they've got 5 body parts you have to sew on and then just the eyes. It's just single crochet. It's a free pattern off the Lion Brands website, so you can just go check it out. Really easy, fun pattern to make. I made a ton. I love them. Another one, actually, hold on just a second. Okay, I'm back. Another cool thing I've been making, and this was after my hand started feeling better. The Yarn Hoarder Amber, she's got a wonderful podcast. She had these a couple episodes ago, and it's a free pattern, and it's a crocheted poof, like a wash poof. And I've made actually quite a few of them. The only thing I haven't done yet is actually use them. Someone actually mentioned, a friend of mine, and said since it's cotton yarn, will they dry out? And I just had so much fun making them that I haven't actually tried it out yet. All they are is magic ring with 25 double crochets, half double crochets, single crochets, and then you just keep going up and up and up. So you go from 25, then you do triple, so you do 75, 75, 225, and then 225, and on and on and on. So you end up with 975 half double crochets. Anyway, they're a lot of fun. I do need to test to make sure I want to make them and sell them at for craft fairs this winter or fall, but I'm not sure if they actually will. I'm assuming they'll dry out and they won't mildew, but I don't know. Let's see. That was it on crocheted sort of things. I've got another one. I don't have it with me because I gave it to a friend of mine, but one of my favorite crocheters who has a ton of patterns is Vincent from Knot, K-N-O-T, Bad, and he's actually here in Portland area. And I actually ran into him with my family. We were at Chipotle a couple months ago, and I turned around and I looked at him like, dude. And I couldn't come up with his first name, but I knew it was not Bad, and I think I embarrassed the stuffing out. He was just kind of taken aback. Anyway, he released a really cool pattern like 2-3 weeks ago, and it's a world turtle. It's a succulent pot holder. It's a free pattern, and he teamed up with Lion Brand Yarns. And I made one. I gave it to my friend Karen last week at Sisters, but I'll post a picture. But what I love about it is you use a size a giant crochet hook, a size P crochet hook. It's a big crochet hook, and then a couple of really fun Woolies Lion Brand yarn. This one is Mesquite, and then the green, there's a couple different greens. I can't remember the names, but these are some of the flippers, and then this will be the head. Anyway, it's a great pattern, and when it's all done up, it's big. It's actually fairly big, and you can put a little, like a 3-inch succulent pot in it. It was really cool. So I made one of those, and I've got body parts and yarn to make a few more. Really cool thing I did get to do is I follow a lot of crocheters, and a few of them had asked for test crocheters, and I said, hey, I sent them a couple things in my work. I said, if you ever want, if you ever need one, I'd be happy to do it. I actually heard back from a few of them, and I actually got to test out a few patterns. So the first one I did is Shannon from, it was Just a Simple Knot, and now she's just BB-8. I've made those and I've shown those on previous podcasts. Well, she wanted a test, and I did test it. It's a little hedgehog. Well, he's not little, he's big. He was actually a really easy, fun pattern. The thing, though, about this, I will never make another one, and I will keep him forever, is you crochet, and then you crochet crochet, but then you have to go back, and you have to pick up and crochet a second. So I don't know if you guys can see. You go in, and you have to give him, like, texture. So this is just regular single crochets, and you have to go back and do all this. It's cute. It was a lot of work, and I think it hurt my hands also. So he's cute. He's a great pattern. I will not be making another one of him. I also test crocheted her C3PO pattern, but she hasn't released it yet, so I'm not going to post that. But she's got great patterns out on Ravelry and Etsy. So if you check out her Instagram, it links to her website. Another one I got to do. Oh, I didn't actually go back one. I didn't actually test crochet this, but this one is really, really cute. And oh, I'm totally spacing on oh, pause. Okay, I'm back. I had to look it up. I can't believe I forgot this, but it wasn't a test. This is a purchase pattern. Another one of my favorite crocheters, which is Teresa, and her Instagram is Teresa's Crochet Shop, and it's a flamingo. And he was super fun to make. His little legs. Anyway, I made him. Look at how cute he is. I got him done. And I'll probably be making more of these. He was fun and cute, and just a lot of body parts to sew on, but he's cute. Anyway, another person I was contacted by, and I actually said, yeah, I'd absolutely do it, is not Priscilla, it's Brianna from To Neverland We Fly, and I got to test crochet her little Priscilla, the little round pig. This was super fun, super easy. There's body parts, but how cute is this little guy? Am I right? Look at him. His ears. How cute is he? He's so cute. Anyway, and again, it's a paid pattern. It's now out, and it's Priscilla the Little Round Pig. So check out, check out Brianna's shop. It's really cool. So we had that done. Then I got to test crochet, which is really cool. And then another one of my favorite crocheters and pattern makers is Holly from Storyland Amos, and this one's cool. He's giant, isn't he? He's huge. It's a giraffe. How cute is he? And I decided to do a different color. I thought, fun colors. But how cool is he? And I probably will be making more of him. It just takes a while because the head is really huge, and the head alone is, lots of body parts, but super easy, fun pattern. She has great details, great pictures in her patterns. So if you haven't checked out Holly's shop, I would definitely recommend Holly's shop. She does a great job with her pattern. So I was very honored to get to test crochet for all three of those ladies. It was really cool. Other things that I've made that, one that isn't crochet related, but while we were in Central Oregon on spring break in March, there's a new, it's not new, but we hadn't been to it, new to us, shop called Live, Laugh, Love. It's a ceramic / glass / painting kind of drop-in shop, and we were thinking about doing a stained glass, and then when my friend Rachel and I were walking by, we're like, what's that? And they had something that I hadn't seen before. I've done a lot of paint nights, but they actually are doing painted mini pallets. And we went in and we're like, hey, and they're like, yeah, all you have to do is X, Y, Z. It only takes a couple hours, and you walk away with it. And we're like, so Rachel, Maddie, and I, her daughter, decided to make one. And they actually use chalkboard paint, chalk paint. So this is what I got to do. And I made one I'll stick a picture in it too. But it's a palette, and you paint the base coat, and then they have stencils where they have a cutting machine. I don't know if it's a Silhouette or a Cricut. I think it's like a industrial size cutting thing machine. But they cut out. I told them, this is my name. This is what They had a general idea of this is what it looks like, and so they made Cena in the year that Victor and I got married. And then after we painted it, we had put the stencil on. You paint it, and then you pull the stencil out, and you sponge paint this and this and this, and you let it dry. You use a hair dryer, and voila. And so it's got a wire. It's all hooked up. And how cool is that? Yeah. So we did those. Rachel did one for her family, and then Madison did one that I'll stick a picture in it. It was a lot of fun to do. Other things we've been up to. Oh, and I made some more. I found my friend Karen. Oh, that's right. Sisters. I forgot about Sisters Quilt Show. So last week, first week of July, I went with 3 of my friends we rent a house in Black Butte every year. There's 2 houses. Only 3 of us could go this year. And then my friend Karen, who I know through Relay for Life, who lives on the southern Oregon coast, had contacted me and said, hey, is there any way I want to go to the quilt show on Saturday, but I can't. It's a 4-hour drive just from her house to Sisters. And so I said, yeah, why don't you come crash with us Friday night? So she stayed Friday and Saturday, but she'd sent me a note and said, hey, how many of you guys are there? I want to bring you something. And I'm thinking, you don't have to do that. She's like, no, my mama raised me right. I said, well, there's 4 of us. So she got to the house on last Friday, and bless her heart, I knew she sewed, but I didn't know she had a long arm machine, and she does quilting because she doesn't post about it a lot. But she made us each really cool thing, and then she stuffed mine full of cotton yarn. But she made us each one of these great little fabric bags, and it's actually like storage, and she machine quilted them, and how cool is that? And she whipped, it's really cool. So with mine, she's made us all close our eyes and hold out our hands, but mine, because she knows, of course, that I love to crochet, she had mine stuffed, and I've already used one of them. She had mine stuffed with just some colorful cotton yarn, and I've already used one of them to make another Baby Groot. And I had never used this variegated brown before to make Baby Groot, so I was very excited because I usually use acrylic. So anyway, thank you, Karen. The basket was all 4 of us truly appreciated, and she put some other goodies in there. But how cool is that? And then you got a little stand up, and it's just some heavier stiff interfacing. But how cool is that? I love it. So we went to Sisters Quilt Show last Saturday. That was a lot of fun. Lots of great quilts. I'll stick some pictures in. Other stuff has been going on just besides hand hurting. It's funny, I went on vacation for a week. We sent my daughter Charlotte down to my brother and sister-in-law's house. So she's been down in San Diego since June 30th. She gets back on Monday. I took my husband Victor to the airport on Tuesday. He's in Virginia at a Nerd Fest convention. Not gaming, but historical miniature gaming. So he actually has little miniature army war figures that he paints, and then they have terrain board with green felt, and they reenact wars with miniature army dudes or military guys. So I'll post a picture of that. We had a great softball season. Charlotte's 2nd year, and just the best time with the team. The 12 other girls were just fantastic. The families were fantastic. The girls, and this is not the reason it was fantastic, but it didn't hurt, that the girls went undefeated with 1 tie during the regular season, and then during the tournament a couple weekends ago, they had 1 loss, but because of their record, all the teams that lost at least once and the least amount of runs scored, the girls actually came in first. But more importantly, they all clicked, and the coaches are great, the parents are great, the girls are great. Just a really positive softball experience that, we're very thankful. So other than that, I'm just hoping to get some more crocheting done. Maybe getting hopefully back into more routine podcasting. A couple movies I did want to mention. We went and saw, of course, Guardians of the Galaxy 2 back in May. Fantastic movie. I have to figure out how to make Groot with legs because Baby Groot steals every scene he's in the movie. Went and saw Wonder Woman. Great movie. Highly recommend it. And Beauty and the Beast came out since we last talked. Fantastic movie. It's already on DVD. And I'm taking my Rachel, my friend's son, to see Spider-Man this afternoon, which we're both very excited to see. So anyway, that's about it. Haven't been watching many podcasts. I'm totally behind on all my TV shows, and there's like Game of Thrones starts on Sunday, and I've got to watch that first. So I think, yeah, it's pretty sad. That's about it. But I hope everybody's doing well. Hope you're enjoying the summer. We've been very lucky. It's like winter totally sucked around here, and the weather's been, we had one hot weekend, but it's only in the 80s, and it's been sunny and nice, and we don't get humidity. So I'm just thankful that it's a sunny day and it's only going to be like 83. So excited. So anyway, hope everybody's having a good week and month and whatever. And hopefully I'll get back into this more regularly. So happy Friday, happy weekend. Take care, be kind, and see what you can do to make some people smile today.